Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here's today's question. I opted for just a business checking now. I will probably add savings after I build clientele. Do you recommend a business credit card? I'm an LLC, by the way. Any free recommendations for keeping track of expenses? Could anything else be considered expenses for an online therapy practice besides office, equipment, and training? First, I'd like to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring us. So I'm going to recommend that you add a savings account associated with your checking now so that you can save for taxes as soon as you get your first client. Savings account don't usually cost money to open. If you have a checking account associated with it, that might just be my bank, which is Bank of America, which I didn't choose with a ton of intentionality. It was just where we were doing our personal banking. That might be the way to go because I don't want you to get in a situation where you haven't saved for taxes. All right, so are you ready for my spiel about business bank or business credit cards? Because here we go. I'm going to go on the record as saying that I am anti-consumer debt. Personally, I'm never going to put a sweater on a credit card. You may, and no judgment here, but for my own money history and money story, consumer credit card debt is really uncomfortable for me. I have, however, used a credit card for my business, and I'm really grateful that I did. I used it one time for an extremely expensive training program that I took, think 5 figures. And it's my very firm belief that we should not use business credit cards for anything except for things that are going to bring in more money. So I wouldn't use it for office furniture or professional headshots or a computer unless yours is totally dead and you have to replace it. Or a website, or on any unproven marketing hunches that you think might bring people in the door. And you may be like, well, wait a minute, a website is going to bring in clients. Professional headshots might bring in clients. Yes, and there's a less expensive way to do it. You can absolutely upgrade later when you don't have to go into debt for it. But something like business coaching, where I spent my business credit card money, gave me really clear strategies to be able to increase my income a lot faster so that I could do those things of getting nice furniture or getting a new computer or whatever. So the only place that I personally would use credit card, a business credit card, would be for business consulting with somebody that I trust, that has helped people build similar businesses to mine, or for a marketing campaign that I'm already seeing traction from, and I have data that shows that if I spend X, I will make Y. If you're using Google AdWords or Facebook ads, this is absolutely something you should nail down before you throw a bunch of money at it. So anybody that you hire to do that for you should be sending you monthly reports as they hone in on what's working to get it like equation worthy. Okay, that was tangential. So let's get back to your question. Keeping track of expenses can be done with a simple spreadsheet, which you can DIY. Use the headings that the IRS uses. You can just Google that, and don't fret over whether something fits perfectly into a category as long as it's justifiable. Meaning it doesn't matter if your CEUs or your software are in one category or the other, just do your best. Now, there is a ton that can be considered expenses. So if you're using Canva to make pretty images for your website or social media, if you're using a practice management system like TherapyNotes, if you're paying for website hosting, if you're working from home and you have a dedicated office, you can write off the square footage of your office. Any online listings that you pay for, if you get professional pics made and you have your hair and your makeup done, you can write off the photography and the hair and the makeup artist's fee. If you use AirPods for work, professional email account. So if you write down everything that you use throughout your work week, you're likely going to find some more things. And never, ever, ever, ever use anything except your business card to pay for business things. It just makes it so much easier to keep track of come tax time if you just are rigid, honestly, about that. A very useful thing that you can also write off is the Abundance Party, which teaches you everything you need to know to grow a sustainable practice. It's $49 a month. We have a 6-month minimum. And you can join the thousands of therapists who have written it off their taxes. That's over at abundanceparty.com. All right, if y'all have questions for Ask Allison, please DM me. I'm on Instagram at abundance_practice_building. Have a great day.